Yo, what's up, my peoples? I wanted to talk about this new discussion that's been going on about what if EA got the license. And some people are right. You're not really right. Nobody's really right. Nobody's really wrong. I just don't like misinformation when it comes to certain things, certain games. Some people will speak on games through hearsay, not realizing that people just say things sometimes just because they're fans and they don't want, or haters, and they don't want EA to get the license, or etc., or they don't like a game. They never probably even played these games. And some of the things I'm hearing about EA and UFC 5, for example, are not true. I can tell that people have not played the game. Similar like MyFaction is now. You can tell when these people have not really even played through MyFaction. They know nothing about the mode. So many people have been saying, because their frustration with MyFaction, that EA should get the license, or anyone for that matter. I just think they want some changes, and when people want changes, they will say things like this, and that's just what it is. So I want to give a shout out to just Brian. He made a great video on this. I love his thoughts and his passions, but there's some things, and I subscribe to him. He's a great guy, but there's some things that he said that I do not really think are facts. Now, so EA, and this has been the truth in the past, EA being very greedy, microtransactions, etc. But when it comes to UFC 5, they're not. Honestly, lately when it comes to Madden, they're not. Sometimes they get a little bit crazy when it comes to FIFA, etc. But let me explain. If you go into EA Sports UFC 5, you will notice this year, and even last year, they didn't even have ALTS last year, I believe. They had some unlockables, and how you got those unlockables was pretty much doing missions during pay-per-views. You didn't really have to pay anything, but they did have the option to buy credits. Those credits only cost you like $3 to $4. So it wasn't even really that expensive. Even now, Madden packs are very cheap. They're not that expensive. EA offers alter egos and things also to buy without grind. A majority of them are in the store now that have updated like every single month, like every pay-per-view there've been new alts, which is pretty much their attires or throwbacks, you know, their personas per se. And they are only like $2-3. I mean, right now, if you look at The Rock, what are we gonna pay for that? That's a lot. He's not just there in the store. EA is offering people in UFC 5 the opportunity to get these alts at a very, very cheap price. Now, you can say what you want to say about past games, past EA, but like, EA has done some things wrong, but that's just usually gameplay decisions, the differences each year, which I find to be a situation in every game. I will say EA are good on a couple of categories as well. Commentary, knowing how to get a card collectible game right. So when you consider that, you know, I don't know what they'll do with a gameplay per se, but when it comes to the mode of MyFaction and balancing out, I do think EA would do a better job. I think when it comes to gameplay, I don't know about that, but as far as getting MyFaction right, they will get it right. But getting the cards designed good, they will get it good. Have the mode looking really impressive and everything looking nice, they will get it nice. Maybe not the gameplay, but we need to consider what would EA do right and what they'll do wrong. And we also need to consider the fact that EA is not really charging much anything. In fact, they're giving free monthly updated rosters over the course of the year. So last month they had like 9. They did the biggest updates in the last couple of weeks, adding 30 plus or more fighters to the game. They took one break off, and they're gonna take one break off in June, and then after that they're gonna bring more out. So I just wanted to say, like, if EA did get the license, it may not be that bad. I think a lot of people are speaking out of fear from what they heard EA do in the past games and what they've seen EA do in the past games. Just be honest though, how many of you guys have played the latest Madden? How many of you guys have played the latest NHL? Jumped into a card collectible game? I don't think many of the WWE universe, and this is coming from me, having I was on the wrong thing the entire time. A wrestling sports games network channel where I'm covering Madden and sports games, you know, wrestling, etc. And usually the people that watch that video don't watch the other video. It goes back and forth. Since I started this adventure doing wrestling and sports on the same channel, and it has been something. But I can tell you through my experience, and this channel may have been up only 2-3 years, some would say, but I've been on YouTube since like 2016, 2017. I've gone, I've done things some people know, some people don't know. But when I tell you my knowledge on games, when I speak on games, and this may be me talking with a big head, but I feel like I played more games, I've been around longer, I know this kind of thing. And when it comes to EA, I'm looking at things in a perspective where what is the good for EA, what is the bad for EA. And yes, EA may do slow updates. Maybe they don't know how to code the wrestling game. It'd be like the beginning of 2K, for example. And 2K is still learning, trying to put certain things back in the mold. So let's be real a little bit, you know. And this is not no disrespect to Brian. I just want to bring some different thoughts to the conversation. I love Just Brian. He's a very cool dude. Love his content. He's probably gonna be the best and probably future next maker, in my opinion. But I gotta speak up for the part of EA that I don't think is right. If you go into UFC 5, like I said, plenty of free stuff, plenty of free alter egos. The game is not that bad. Career mode is actually very interesting. Some people said it was, the beginning is a lot of training, but outside of that, it gets very good. The only thing about EA UFC, I'm gonna say this, is that after you go through that career mode, there's not really much to do. The way they put titles on the line is kind of wrong. So I gave y'all good, I gave y'all the bad. And like I said, I don't think EA would completely kill MyFaction. In fact, I think they would improve it. And I think the transactions would be most. They know, they have broke it down. They know how to get enough out of you without stretching your wallets. Do they have transactions? It's not like people be saying. It really isn't. It's not. I feel a lot of people lie on EA and just talk about EA just for the heck of do it. Just like people do with PlayStation. They just do it. They'll tell you a game on PlayStation is trash when it's an exclusive like Stellar Blade, even though it is nice. Just something to think about. Thank you guys for watching my little video. I got a lot of little videos like this coming out today, so subscribe if you done already. Hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys next show, next video. I'm out of here. Peace!